close, very close in regulation, very close in extra time, then lose it on penalty kicks with the effort you guys put forth with the short roster. Just your thoughts after a game like that.
Mixture of emotions. First and foremost, I'm incredibly proud of our players for what they've put in tonight. Playing against a team that have got multi-million-dollar players on the field. They're bringing 6 fresh subs on. We had obviously a really injury hit group, and the work that they put in over the 120 minutes was absolutely incredible. So I'm really, really proud of them. The commitment to working and defending and making life difficult for them, because we knew for us to get a result tonight, we knew we were going to have to play a certain way. And to a man, they put in a fantastic shift. To concede the 2 goals that we did right at the end of obviously normal time and extra time was really, really disappointing, because I felt like they were 2 goals that we shouldn't be conceding. For me, they're basic goals that we should have defended better. But all in all, I think it's difficult for me to stand there and criticise our group, because what they've put in tonight's been amazing. And I've got this sort of sick feeling in my stomach, because it's the 2nd year running. I think we've taken them really, really far, and it feels like we let them off the hook again.
Can you talk about that first goal? I mean,
Yeah, well, I mean, it's something that we try and emphasise a lot is starting quick. We did it at the weekend, we did it again tonight. I think it's something that one of the last messages before we go out is to make sure that we start on the front foot, we start fast. We knew with the situation that they've been in, an early goal would be advantageous to us. And it was interesting. We obviously delighted, but sometimes you score a little bit too early, and then sometimes the natural then tendency for the players is then just to drop, and obviously they had a lot of the ball tonight, which we knew was going to be the case because of the quality and the talent that they have. And as I said, for us it was about defending and controlling spaces, which we did very, very well. And just really, really disappointing the way that we conceded both goals.
You said when we spoke the other day that you were expecting them to not, you're expecting Phil to bring his best players in his top 11.
Yeah.
But he ended up, leaving some guys off. Did that surprise you?
A little bit. Yeah, I think there was a couple that we were expecting to play, a couple that we weren't, and 2nd year running, he's obviously able to bring quality players off the bench that give some energy, that add some quality, and unfortunately we obviously don't have that. And as I said, you compare, with all due respect to our players, the money that those guys are getting paid and what they've been bought for, when you compare it to ours, the fact that we've been able to take them so far, as I said, is fantastic for our group, and we should be really proud.
How did it change your game plan when Christian got injured in that first half?
Yeah, well, it was obviously something we hadn't planned for. Obviously, with the short number of subs that we've got, we were hoping we were going to be able to get everybody through to at least around that sort of 70-75 minute mark, and we didn't really want to have to make a change that early. Thankfully, we had a player in Mike Salazar that was a light flight change, so it didn't really change anything tactically. It was just obviously a little bit of a sucker punch to have to make a sub that early, and then we were left really short then, as we went into extra time as well.
Phil said that there was only one team trying to win the game. Those were his words. Obviously, you guys scored early. You guys had just to defend and protect your
yeah.
Just your thoughts on the overall game in terms of tactically what we saw on the field.
No, I mean, look, Phil's obviously he's entitled to his opinion. I think if obviously with the players that they've got, that they're going to have a lot of the ball.
Exactly.
For us to throw silly numbers forward and leave certain spaces open against the quality they've got would be really naive of us. So we obviously had a plan tonight. We've watched a lot of their games, and we felt like they've been struggling to break defences down. So how can we frustrate them, and how can we make sure that we've got certain areas of the pitch controlled from a defensive standpoint, and then potentially hit in transition. I actually thought in the first half we missed the best opportunity. We got Telfer in on an overlap, and it should have been 2-0.
Yeah.
It come from an exact moment like that. So as I said, I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Of course they had all the ball. Of course they were going to move it and try and cause us problems. But again, with Miami FC in the USL Championship, we know we can't go toe to toe with a team like that with the quality they've got.
You talk about dominating certain areas of the field, and they had 39 crosses, I think they finished with, and 2 of their goals come off of that. But I mean, you guys defended the crosses very well. Is that what you expected from them when you did the analysis?
I mean,
they
look,
don't have much through the middle.
Well, that was the thing. Is for us, it was how can we be compact and organised and make sure that we're protecting the middle of the field and certain pockets and effectively force them into wide areas and then force them into getting crosses into the box, which normally we're good at defending. And as I said, look, the guys for a couple of those moments switched off. And as I said, I think there's a couple of things that we should have done better in those moments, but I can't fault the guys. I mean, the fatigue, the cramping, what they put in tonight, it's an incredible shift from them.
What did you tell Ryan after that penalty miss? I guess he
No, I think, look, it's one of those. I think you have to keep your head up. It happens. Ryan was fantastic for us tonight. I thought he put in a really, really good shift. And it was just unfortunate. It's one of those things. But he's a good guy, and obviously was willing to step up and take a penalty. And unfortunately, he was the one to miss.
And Alejandro taking a penalty. Did you plan that, or did you decide to go?
Who? Sorry.
Sendejas.
Well, if it was going to get to that point, he probably would have had to have taken one. Yeah.
Anthony, as competitors and as a competitor, you touched on this, but how difficult is it to swallow that you guys 2 years in a row, and this year more so than last year? Like, you guys got the goal that you didn't get last year.
Yeah.
You guys got the lead twice and just couldn't see it over the finish line.
Yeah, it's difficult to process right now, honestly. A lot of emotions, disappointment because, as I said, to take them as far as what we did and not see it through. As I said, I feel gutted, but again, like I said, I can't fault the players for what they put in tonight. And yeah, second year running, we've taken them really, really far and fallen short of that last hurdle, so to speak.
As a coach and a person, is it draining a game like that emotionally?
Oh, yeah, I'm absolutely shattered now. Yeah, it takes a lot out of you. As a player, obviously, you're physically and mentally fatigued, but as a coach, the mental strain that it has, especially in games like that, when it goes on and there's obviously so many things that are going on in the game, the late goals and the emotions. It's draining, but it's part of why we love it.
Last one for me is what can this do for your season? Your guys' season, you just come off the win on the weekend, put up a heck of a performance tonight, and now you go forward.
Yeah, well, hopefully now it gives the guys another shot of confidence that we've taken an MLS team so far. The tough part for us is, as I said, with the numbers that we have right now, we've got a long travel day to California on Friday, and somehow we've got to try and get a team out on Saturday night against Oakland, which is going to be difficult for us. But we've got a great group of guys. They'll recover tomorrow, and we'll try and put a team out that can put in a good performance and get us a result on the road.
So you're not leaving tomorrow. They told us you're leaving at 5 a.m. like now.
Friday? No, 5 a.m. on Friday.
On Friday.
Yeah,
okay.
So we're traveling Friday.
Can you give us an update on
Joaquin unfortunately has a knee injury. He's going to go and have an appointment on tomorrow, actually. So we'll know the extent of the damage, if and what type of surgery he may need. But unfortunately, he's going to be missing for a few weeks.